Movers and shakers gather in New Orleans today for the Daily Beast Innovator Summit, and we're there live. Our very own Carol Massar is in the middle of all the action with the president of Audi of America. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Lisa. I am here with the president of Audi of America. He's Johan de Nysschen. Johan, great to have you here with me.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Let's talk about the luxury market. You guys have made some great inroads. What's the outlook at this point here for the luxury market globally and in the U.S. specifically?
U.S. market is beginning to show a small sign of recovery. We expect to see the luxury market come in at around 1.1 million vehicles for the year. But you know, to put that into context, 2004 it was 1.7 million. So
right.
We still have a long way to go.
Still a long way to go. Is it just going to take some time in terms of the economy getting back on track?
We see a gradual recovery. Probably in the vicinity of 7, 8, 9% per year
right.
over the next 3 years at least. But it's going to take a long time before we get back to the kind of volumes that we saw in the early part of the decade.
But you did see record sales in the first half of this year. I mean, can you keep it up at a record pace?
Audi is in a fortunate position. We have built up terrific momentum. In the past 5 years, we've doubled our market share, and I think this is continuing to accelerate. Our sales are up about 25% year on year.
Right.
And we are set for an all-time record this year, probably break through the 100,000 mark.
Johan, why do you think you're doing so well? And maybe that sounds simplistic, but I mean, BMW, Mercedes that are out there, your top competitors here, I mean, they're smart guys just like you guys. Why do you think you're able to kind of gain this share and gain some edge here?
Well, I think there's a lot of pent-up demand. You know, if we look at Audi's position globally, we are very, very close to those two illustrious competitors. Mm-hmm. We are number one in Europe. For example, in 2009, we took that position. In the US, there's a bigger gap. And as we roll out now a very robust product range, some more assertive marketing communication, and a lot of investment into upgrading the quality of dealer facilities,
right.
all these things are kicking in.
When are you number one in the US, do you think?
We don't aim to be number one in the US.
Why?
We plan to park Audis in the right driveways, not in as many driveways as possible.
In the right driveways. But it's not important to you to be number one here?
The big question for us is one of returns for our stakeholders, which means the business needs to be viable. And sustainability is key. And it's not about buying market share, but about earning it.
Well, is it not so viable to do business here in the United States then?
No, we are paying a very handsome contribution to Uncle Sam in terms of taxes. The question really is that if you throw incentives to stimulate sales, you get to that tipping point where the more cars you sell, the more money you lose, and we won't go down that road.
A more important market is China, and you're number one in China there when it comes to luxury sales.
Yes, we are by a significant margin the number one luxury brand in China. In fact, the market in China is so hot, it almost seems that whatever you can supply, the market will take. And it may well be in the very near future that China may supersede Germany as our number one market.
Let me ask you too, because VW came out with some headlines and there were some concerns about the fourth quarter in terms of their growth outlook. But separate, in terms of Audi, you don't see maybe some of the concerns that they're seeing?
I think the Audi business globally is very, very strong, and we on a global basis will see another all-time record sales level for Audi. Our biggest constraint right now, in fact, is capacity to supply.
Right.
So for us, the market is robust. I think for Volkswagen, the scrappage of old vehicles which took place last year means that there was a little bit of a hole in demand in the domestic market in Germany, which affected the lower end cars more than high-end makes such as Audi.
Johan, you mentioned the constraint to supply. Why is that?
We're running at capacity. Our plants are really working at full capacity, and the big struggle is actually also with our suppliers, their ability to deliver the components. You know,
is that driving up component prices?
When you have growth rates of 30% plus per annum, the ability of the system to deliver such quick ramp-up is constrained. As far as price pressure is concerned, we have contractual arrangements with our suppliers.
So they're locked in.
And you know, there's the issue of economies of scale. So the more units you do, prices actually should go the other way.
All right, I want to ask you about something, because we had a story out about how you guys are looking to compete even more on pricing when it comes to Mercedes and BMW. We talked about the most expensive model that you guys have introduced right now, the R8 GT, costs $270,000. Is this kind of part of your whole whole image of kind of raising some prices to kind of become even a more premium brand, if you will?
I think we are not raising prices in an effort to become premium. It is as the brand is becoming stronger and stronger and having a more clearly developed profile that we are able to compete more aggressively on pricing. In many of the facing models that we offer in the US, so A4 and A6 models, for example, we are already more expensive than the facing models from BMW or Mercedes-Benz. So it's the power of the brand that's coming into play.
But does it play a little bit in people who are out there and see that it's more expensive? I mean, does it play into it at all in terms of the psychology of the brand?
In the luxury market, pricing is part of your positioning, and it adds that intangible appeal, which is another reason why we won't get into the discount business in a quest for volume.
Hey, listen, at this Innovator Summit, you guys have developed a car that actually can drive itself. Talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, is this just a fun product, or is this something that you really think is a viable product?
This is a project that we're doing together with Stanford University, the autonomous Audi TT. It literally drives itself with no input from a driver. It is more a test bed for future technologies, some of which already find their way into our production cars, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning systems, and things of this nature that really enhance the safety envelope for the driver.
But do you think it's something that we're going to see on the roads, I don't know, 10 years from now? Is this where automobiles are going?
We will see more and more support systems to help aid drivers with a point of view for safety as cities get more congested and we have more traffic. Given the legal framework in the US, whether anybody will be willing to sign up for a car that will drive itself, even though it's technically feasible, I think that's another question.
All right, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Johan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate Johan de Nysschen. He's the president of Audi America. Lisa, back to you.
Carol Massar out in New Orleans, thank you very much.